Coal mining has been intricately woven into the tapestry of eastern Kentucky for generations. In 1820, the first commercial coal mine opened in Muhlenberg County. In its first year, the mine produced 328 tons of coal. By 1843, Kentucky produced 100,000 tons of coal, and by 1879, Kentucky produced 1 million tons of coal from the western coal field alone. In 1900, the first coal mine was opened in the eastern coal field in the community of Betsy Lane in Floyd County. The two world wars made for periods of boom in coal mining. Coal mining has been intricately woven into the fabric of eastern Kentucky for generations. Coal was first discovered in Kentucky in 1750, with the first mine opening in 1820. In 1750, explorer Thomas Walker discovered coal in what would become Kentucky and used it to heat his campfire. Anna Baldwin and Anita Cherry are believed to be the first women to work inside an American coal mine. They both became members of the United Mine Workers of America. They began their work in 1973 in Jenkins, Kentucky. Mechanization and strip mining both led to major reductions in labor. And in 1990, the Clean Air Act made Kentucky coal less desirable.
Ridding our lives of all we've gathered, trying to pretend it doesn't matter, but it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And we're out on the road once again, stretching forth our hands, reaching for a friend, wondering if this trail will ever end, as we're looking for America again. Yes, we're looking for America again.
We're currently standing in front of the general store that was owned by the family that Loretta Lynn was born into. It's called Webb's Grocery, currently owned and operated by Herman Webb since 1976. On April 14th, 1932, Loretta Lynn was born into an area in Kentucky that was Butcher's Holler. The Hollers of Kentucky were named after the family who lived the longest in the holler. Loretta's mother's name was Butcher. Her family had lived the longest in the area, and due to this fact, it was called Butcher's Holler. Butcher was Loretta Lynn's mother's maiden name, and usually by the time Loretta was 17, she had a family that had 3 of her 6 children, the longest. So therefore, Loretta was 15 when Holler she was known as Butcher's Holler because the Butcher family. By the time Loretta was 17, their marriage could be rocky at times. Oliver's drinking and womanizing gave Loretta plenty of material for her songs, but they stayed together until his death in 1996. For years, Loretta lied about her age when she married. She claimed to be 13, but when reporters found her birth certificate, it was discovered she was 16. Was indeed a cool. We are currently outside of the Loretta Lynn home place, the house that she lived in as a child. And from what I understand, talking to another family member, there were 4 that actually made it famous in the music field. And Peggy Sue, Loretta Lynn, Crystal Gale, and I believe the brother's name was Herb, that made it big in country music. But of course, Loretta Lynn being the most famous of the 4. Not only was Loretta writing songs and playing gigs, she was also juggling being a housewife and a mother while trying to become a superstar.
Right? Yeah, somebody.
several celebrities that had visited that little house as well.
Probably are reluctant because they know their little friend isn't here. Yeah, that's what it is. I love it down to Come on. There's traffic. There was
When recording companies began to notice her talent, she was excited until she noticed they were not promoting her music. She took matters into her own hands and hand-delivered her music to radio stations. As her hard work began to pay off, and they took off once again for Nashville, the central hub of the country music universe.
Loretta signed a deal with Decca Records and even scored an invite to appear on the famed Grand Ole Opry. Loretta idolized Patsy Cline, and as a show of homage to Patsy, Loretta did a cover of her song "I Fall to Pieces." Cline loved it, and they remained friends for the rest of their lives. Cline and Lynn became fast friends, with Patsy helping Lynn understand the ins and outs of the music business. She even gave Lynn her hand-me-downs, including a pair of underwear. Sadly, tragic circumstances meant that their friendship would be cut short. When she was just 30 years old, Patsy Cline died in a plane crash in 1963. Loretta Lynn was devastated by the loss of her friend and mentor and worked hard to keep Patsy's legacy alive. While Lynn wrote tons of her own material, here's something many do not know. She did not write her big breakthrough hit. Johnny Mullins wrote the song "Success." Loretta released one of her biggest hits in 1967, "Don't Come Home A-Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind." This was Loretta's first #1 song. It was written by a woman and hit #1. In 1967, Loretta's brother wrote a response to Loretta's song named "I Came Home A-Drinkin' to a Worn-Out Woman Like You." I'm sure things were very interesting between them for quite a spell.